Hello there, generals. Today we're going to talk about Lauren Southern and her claim that the trad life ideology made her life into a nightmare. So here we have the article. The author talks about, hey, we have marriage and motherhood being promoted. And of course, the feminists often argue that these things result in women becoming subordinate and vulnerable and all these things. Now, as we all know, there are a whole bunch of institutions that deal with that. You have the alimony, you have the CPS, and you have the shelters, and all these things that will gladly help the woman. So, these days, isn't that really an issue for women? No. They have every opportunity at disposal to fix these issues. And she talks about how she was a liberal before, but then turns out the babies don't care about your liberalism. So there's that. And let's go into what actually we're going to go about, which is, well, first of all, here, they're like, can you have a situation where people are going crazy about women and want to repeal the 19th, and yet also have women's interests being pushed? And, I mean, yes, it can be. I mean, let's face it, most of these guys, when they want to repeal the 19th Amendment, why is it? So the women don't choose horrible policies and end up hurting themselves. I mean, that's pretty much why they do it. So there's no real tension there. Okay? Not really. But let's go on. Southern apparently applied these horrible principles and they ended up ruining her life. Okay? And she tried to do the trad wife stuff, and it turns out it went really bad. So, some more horseshoe nonsense that whatever. Oh my god, do you know that not only the right wing can do this? Okay, Surgeon. So Southern was the one who had the most clout, and she was doing all kinds of base type of thing. The SPLC hated her. Oh, the liberals got triggered. And then, after doing all that in 2019, she disappears to embrace marriage and motherhood. Now, the story that I'm hearing is that she was drunk in a party after some conservative conference. There was a half-Asian Fed there, and she slept with the Fed. As a result, got pregnant, and then she decided to marry the Fed. That's what I heard. So if that's true, I don't know, they're framing here a bit dishonest. But anyway, she decided to embrace the trad wife lifestyle. And the disaster of that is now she's a single mom, and yeah. So apparently the right wing doesn't like that she talks shit about trad life. I mean, the right wing criticism is that you never were doing the trad life thing. That's a criticism. If you look at the poster on the internet, the criticisms are that, hey, look at the shit she did. Does it sound trad life? Not to me. Sleeping around and these parties, children out of wedlock. Not very trad. Not very trad at all. But anyways, there are other women who are like this, of course. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. What the fuck is... Okay, I don't know what the hell is with these articles. There are more weird articles on this, but let's try to ignore them. So, conservatism isn't the problem. It's these damn online people oversimplifying things. Later on, we discovered that she got the trad life thing from looking at memes on Twitter and Twitter posts. So, maybe she's right that it was oversimplified, but that's because she's so damn dim. She literally thought, oh yeah, I can learn everything there is to know about the dating stuff from Twitter posts. Okay, buddy. Oh, what a surprise, it went bad. So here we then have Southern. Oh my god, she went against a feminist. So based. She was so based. And she grew up, of course, with a middle-class Christian conservative household. And she became a single mom. And the end of it. It is what it is. So anyways, she dumbed down the whole thing into this really dumbed down version of stuff. And then she, I guess, applied it to her own life. Like, there are entire books and podcasts that go on hours and hours and hours explaining everything in nitty-gritty detail. Okay, you're not supposed to like dumb down everything and then apply it. Doesn't make sense. But anyways, she decided, you know what? I'm getting married now to this half-Asian Fed. I've won the lottery. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? It does, but anyways, let's go on. More horseshoe bullshit over there. There were warning signs. So let's hear about the red flags. You know, the thing that the manosphere and the trad guys never mention? They never talk about red flags in men and women? No, of course not. When have you last heard that? So apparently he would disappear for several days at a time. Now, what is the general role for men? It's to protect women. How do they do that if they're going away for several days? How do you protect the woman that way? Or the family? Seems contradictory. So, yeah. And I didn't see them, even because of anti-feminist ideology. Even though her anti-feminist ideology is telling her that he's not doing his part of the bargain. He's not fulfilling his gender role. Interesting. But anyways, I thought that relationships were one where women could only do bad things and men can't do wrong. Huh, really? Then why there's so much self-improvement obsession? I mean, not obsession, but there's a focus on self-improvement on the part of the manosphere. But if men can never do anything wrong and the relationships only stink because of women, why would you need self-improvement? And why is it recommended that self-improvement continue after you get married or anything? Yeah, you should stay up to shape. You should maintain. Why is that? Doesn't seem to make sense. Anyways, he would lock her out of the house. And again, I don't know how that fits his protective role. Doesn't really make sense, but alright. And then, of course, she moved to Australia with the Fed. And he threatened to divorce her all the time. And she felt like she had no other option. Just leave. Like, literally, just fucking leave. None of these rules are saying, oh, yeah, you should just accept whatever demands that they put on you. No, that's not the idea. Because what I think this is that there is the idea, the authority idea, right? Where if you trust a man's judgment enough, you will defer to his judgment. But that's, again, because you look at his judgment, you look at how he's chosen, and you see, okay, he's made the right choice consistently, so you know what? I'll let him take captaincy of the ship. But if he's not doing that, if he's doing crazy stuff like locking you out and making you liable to get attacked by people outside, maybe you have to think, you know what? Maybe his judgment isn't right, and maybe I shouldn't defer decisions to him, right? This should be like common sense, authority, mechanics, I guess. Anyways, he's a Fed. That's what it means. He's a high level of government security clearance means Fed. And it turned out that, yeah, marrying a Fed, bad idea. Anyways, 2019, she retired to the relief of many. Unfortunately, that wouldn't be permanent. And she was isolated, and the guy was danking her. Now, the guy doesn't take care of the lawn and doesn't take care of the house. Isn't that something that he's supposed to take care of? Yes. So this is another thing of like, why aren't you pressing it a little bit? Weird. Also, the university homework. What? You're doing his homework for him? What is this shit? I didn't know the right-wing drag lifestyle was like, yeah, you should do your husband's homework. Yeah, that's an idea. That's so, like, the opposite of what an ideal man is viewed as, right? Yeah, his wife does his homework for him. Bro. So there was no help changing diapers. Well, you should do that, to be honest. And there was no help wake up in the night with a baby. Yeah, you go do that. Like, look, he does the house and the lawn and everything, and you do the other stuff, it's fine. Okay? So that's not really a big issue. I have to get up to make breakfast before work. Okay. Trying to shove that in is kind of dumb. You're going to have to make breakfast anyway. If you're married or not. Bro, come on. Don't try to undermine what you're saying by shoving this stuff in. Come on. Let's be real. I'd be shaking nervous for fear I'm going to get yelled at. Why? Then he'd berate her. Well, this is a weird. They changed the. I guess now the author is talking. So apparently he wasn't happy that she isn't making money, but he wants her to spend all her time doing the chores. To be honest, wouldn't she already have lots of money from the grifting? Like, I'm pretty sure she probably got millions of dollars at this point, right? So, I don't know, man. I feel like that the Fed wanted to get his hands on her bank account, and then that's what was going on there. But anyways, yeah, apparently he's a narcissist and was doing a double bind on her. Ooh, it's bad no matter what you do, type of thing. Anyway, she's locked down, and the half Asian Fed is fucking with her all the time, and she hoped it would. So she wants to win back his love or some shit. Let's be real. The half Asian Fed never loved you. Okay? He went with you because, hey, I can sabotage this activist for the right wing. That's what's going on. He was so kind in the beginning because he was a fed. It was a fed, damn it. And no, it had nothing to do with you being a boss babe. He was just doing his job. That's really it. But anyways, when you became a mother, you lost respect. I don't know. I think you acting like a lobotomite the whole time is what made him lose respect, if he had any. And also the kind of the hypocrisy. It's like, so you're pushing all these ideas, but you're acting the opposite. You're acting like the boss babe according to yourself. And then you decide to become a lobotomite afterwards. Like, what the hell? Like, this person is, like, all over the place, right? Can you respect someone like that? Probably not. Kind of hard to respect someone like that. So, and by the way, you becoming a lobotomite is probably the bigger issue. Okay? Like, you just being like, oh, he's shitting on me, let me love him some more. What the hell? Like, there's a rapper rule that says, if you treat her worse, she'll treat you better. But of course, you're not supposed to push this the whole way. And she is supposed to push back after a while, right? I mean, if it's hurting her, she should push back. But apparently, the rule is such that they don't. You treat them worse and worse, and they'll try even more desperately to receive back your love. It's like, come on. That's not the way to do it, damn it. I mean, it's a mechanic rule that says that it will happen, but you should try to resist that tendency. You know? You should try to resist that. Anyways, apparently, again, it turns out that, hey, you can go to work and you don't have to be dependent on the Fed, even though you actually already had money from grifting. But anyways, go back to work. Because guess what? The Fed isn't really going to take care of you. That became obvious at this point. And by the way, again, women could work before the feminists did their little obsess about the career mimetic pathogen, right? Where you have to sacrifice the family and push the career the whole way. Like, that's feminism. Being able to work, you guys could always work. Come on. Stop being ridiculous. But anyways, apparently the complementary sex roles ignore questions about women being physically vulnerable. No. Hold up. So men are supposed to be protective, right? That addresses the vulnerability. Now, he wasn't being protective. He's not upholding his part of the bargain. So what should you do? Should ditch him. Understand? Both sides are supposed to be doing their part. That's what makes it complementary. Both sides are doing their part. Why don't you understand? My goodness. So anyways, a lot of liberal women are talking about how, yes, we know, the feminism, original feminism was about that type of stuff. And guess what? Those reforms didn't go away. You still have all of these fallback mechanisms. So, okay. And yeah, more political yapping that we don't care about. But anyway, she's no longer dead weight, but he still isn't satisfied. And he wants more money. He wants more money. But then he cries when, you go work. He just wants to loot your bank account. That's what he wants. Come on. But anyways, he's doing double binds again. And he's sending me to tasks so I fail. God damn, man. I mean, again, think of it. Think of it for a second. So, this man is giving you orders that make no sense. Incoherent, contradictory orders. Clearly, this guy is irrational. He's crazy. His judgment is trash. So, what do? You revoke his authority. You're like, this guy doesn't deserve this authority because his judgment is wonky. Right? Nowhere in the trad life ideology does it say otherwise. Especially the manosphere. Especially the manosphere. It's going to tell you the authority comes with the fact that the judgment is supposed to be rational, good, etc. That's why you defer to it. So anyways, also she wanted to pray his narcissism away or something. That's not how it works. First of all, how would this even work? Will God will break his free will and force him to love you more? What was the idea? Were you doing it in front of him to virtue signal to him? Oh look, I'm praying for you. I don't get it. Like it sounds weird, to be honest. Like either way, it's just weird thinking pattern that you think this is gonna work. But anyways, she is persisting by the weird dumbed down bastardized version of the trad life. And of course, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Anyways, as long as I put my high heels and the lipstick when my husband comes home, as long as I cook the best meal, as long as I'm always submissive, and yes, sir, say yes, things will go fantastic. Who fucking said that? Can you please cite me someone, a trad life pusher, a manosphere guy who said this? I mean, yes, there's some Twitter memes which will, like, do a throwaway line like that. But again, you're not supposed to base your life on that. Okay? Come on. But that's literally what she did. It's literally what she did. She built her life on Twitter. Oh my god. Yes, these instructions I found on Twitter. She admits it. Oh my god. Holy shit. Like, we have to... Okay. Hint. Don't base your life on Twitter. Don't look at Twitter posts and make that your life. Come on. Why do we have to tell you this? Are you for real? Anyways. She tried to condense millennium religious beliefs and all that shit of memes. And it didn't work. Oh, what a shocker. Yes, of course. Anyways, we have another woman that suddenly pop up and she's like... She was married and trad. And a lot of these dudes are like this. They're freaks. They're control freaks. They're weird. They're antisocial. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, even Spencer talks about it. They're like, why are there so many weirdos here? Is there something wrong with us? It's true. And taking that into account, clearly there is a level of awareness that, yeah, the dudes around here are a bit weird. There's that awareness, man. Nobody's going to say, oh, yeah, the people here are normal. So the selection process that the trad life and the manosphere push become even more important, right? But apparently they decide, no, I'm just gonna throw it in the trash. I'm not even gonna look for the red flags. I'm not even gonna be testing this dude to make sure he's not a wacko. Nah, I'm just gonna like sleep with the first fat I find and marry him. That's the way to do it. So if he's crazy or whatever the hell, then it's just how it's supposed to be, and you can't fix it. First of all, okay, this is contradictory because Lauren was acting as if, oh, if he prayed for him, if she was doing all the perfect things, then she could fix it. She could fix it by doing all these things. But here she's saying, oh, apparently we were told that there was no way to fix it. Which way is it? And if there's no way to fix it, then fucking leave. If there's no way to fix it, why stay and try to fix it? Like, they're even contradicting themselves here. My goodness. Anyways, a lot of the traditionalists were actually happy marriages. Have you asked them? Did you go and ask them, hey, how are you doing? How is your marriage going so well? Right? You know them, but did you ever ask them? And what did they tell you? I really want to know. Because all I know here is that she looked at Twitter, and that's where she got all her information from. She doesn't explain, oh, yeah, here's a traditional couple, and they told me this and this. Nowhere does it say it. And then other control freak men who, yeah, sure, there's control freak men. Yes, that's why you... Here's the thing. If you don't like control freak men, then select against men like that. You thought about that? So, like, first you have to think, what kind of man do I like? If you like control freaks and you want to be the slave of a control freak, pick that. If you don't like that idea, then pick a guy who's not like that. But again, selection, the red flags. Hey, it takes some effort. Take some effort. And you do that before you start sleeping with them. Okay? Especially if you're in a trad camp. Trad camp, even more important. So anyway, Southton decided, no, you know what? I'm going to stick around until he leaves. Like, he does everything in his power to show her that he hates her and wants her gone. And she's like, no, I need to stay with you. Which again makes no sense. If you respect his authority so much, he has judged that you're not worthy of being with him and you should fuck off. Why stay with him? Just obey his order. Just obey what he's doing. Oh, he doesn't want you around. I'll leave then. I'm not going to disturb you any longer. But apparently, no, I gotta try to manipulate him into like me again. Again, incoherent. Incoherent. Completely contradicting decisions that it's almost like she's choosing the worst decision on purpose. And again, incoherently. This doesn't come from a coherent expression of the trad ideology. This is completely incoherent, like cherry-picking the part of the trad ideology, which would make her want to stay, but then the parts which would be like, hey, maybe you should leave because, you know, he doesn't want you to be around, and you should probably obey his authority in that sense. No, throw that away. Nah, not happening. Anyway, again, he's like, if you leave, I'm gonna divorce you. And then he decided to go through with his ultimatum. Yeah, actually, stay over there. Yeah, he didn't want you around. He didn't want you around. And so, you know what he did? That was like a trap, right? He did a trap where he's like, well, maybe I can fool her to leave the country, and then I'm rid of her. And there you go. Get rid of her. Just like that. So she moved in with her parents, and she went on welfare, and I was texting my husband and calling him begging to get back together. But he's like, no. What is wrong with you? The dude is saying, I don't want to be with you. Say the fuck away. Seriously. Can you respect his, like, if you respect his judgment so much, right? You defer to him constantly, all his orders, all that. You decide, yeah, I'm going to follow all that. But when he tells you to fuck off, you're like, no. I'm going to disobey you on the one thing I probably shouldn't disobey you on. You obey all the irrational commands, but you disobey the one thing that was probably a good idea to obey. Like, what is wrong with you? Seriously. What the hell? It's so incoherent that you can't even say it's like, oh, she's trying to obey his commands. It's not even that. It isn't even that, man. I don't know what the hell she's following at this point. But I couldn't get over the ideology. I was completely confused. Blah 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 blah. No, you were confused because you don't know what you're doing. Your brain is broken. That's a problem. Let's be real. God, every manosphere talking point had turned out not to match your experience. Which talking point did you match? Can you tell me one? Because I've already expressed many manosphere talking points that contradict with what you're doing. Manosphere thinking pattern that would instantly tell you, wait, this doesn't make any sense. Why am I behaving like this? Like, if you think of it for one split second, if you go beyond the memes, you think, this doesn't make sense. This isn't manosphere. This isn't feminism. It's just chaos. God, bro. But anyways, women can initiate divorce because deadbeat, yes. And guess what? The manosphere dunked on deadbeats. Like, when that fresh and fit dudes got into the scandal, whole bunch of reputable guys dunked on them for being a deadbeat. That I think was what? Fresh, I think? I don't remember who it was, but yeah, the dude who wanted to become a deadbeat, everyone dabbed, well, a lot of guys dabbed on him. Some of them who were more friendly didn't. It is what it is. But anyways, you know, she was trying to follow memes. No, don't come with this rigid precepts. She was trying to follow Twitter memes to live her life. God damn it. Anyways, she was happier. Also, no, I'm not gonna mention it. She was happier not being in the marriage with the Fed. Yeah, everyone could have told you this, bro. She was lauded by her friends and fans. Your friends and fans, a lot of them are like wignats, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them would have been like, "Don't marry the half-Asian Fed, please." Come on. And a lot of guys, even online, who didn't know this, were like, spreading rumors about shit, and they were like, oh god, this is probably not good. Like, probably bad things are about to happen. Okay, I don't know. People just got a feeling that something wasn't right. So yeah, it's pretending that everything is everyone was positive. Sure, bruh. So after divorce, she's so happy, and she's getting her life back together. And the most miserable people are living Twitter memes, apparently. Yeah, I'm not surprised. If you live Twitter memes, you're probably gonna have a shitty life. Yeah, not a surprise. Anyways, Twitter memes and reality don't mix quite well, because the memes are there to be communicated, and then you're supposed to unpack the memes, which is a Reddit term. But let's use a Reddit term. You're supposed to unpack the memes and get what's being said beyond the meme, the transcendental of the meme, right? Like the things that I'm telling you right now, the thinking that I'm applying to the situation. That's what you're supposed to have. Not look at a Twitter meme and be like, oh, well, Twitter meme says this. I'm going to take it at face value. No. God damn it. Oh, my God. Anyways, repeal the 19th, which, bro, you Listen up. Listen. Don't mention repeal the 19, please. You literally thought that Twitter memes is how you live your life. And then you're telling me, oh, we shouldn't block women from voting. You're like the prime example of how a woman can easily fall for propaganda of the most simple kind. Heck, you fall for propaganda even when guys didn't mean that way. I'm sure that the people making those Twitter memes don't mean for people to literally interpret their memes and take it at face value and live by them in that way. They just do it for fun. They just do it to like to trigger the libs. Okay, they aren't meant as this is how you live your life. But some people are doing that. God damn it, man. It's a right-wing version of defund the police. What are you talking about? Like, this constant attempt to horseshoe the Sergen, stop it. Stop it, Sergen. It's not time. It's not time for that. Come on. Anyways, the memes. Apparently, people in the modern era are gonna learn that memes aren't the way to live your life, because apparently some people had to fall for that trap first, right? Right? Like, people had to fall for that trap and realize that you don't live your life by memes. Oh god, here's some more yapping and more yapping. Oh my god, yeah, more yapping, trying to go about, oh yes, really fundamentally, oh, she was so naive because she's like one of the pioneers of the internet memes, and so you shouldn't blame her for falling for this. You shouldn't blame her for trying to live her life according to Twitter memes. Holy crap. The gender debate won't end. Of course it won't. Man. Anyway, some more yapping. Pseudo-intellectualism. But anyways, end of the day, we can look at Lawrence Arnold's life and get two takeaways. First, Twitter memes are not the way that you live your life. And second of all, how about actually understand what the hell you're looking at? Try to make a coherent picture of the situation first. Try to put your decisions in a context that makes sense. Right? So, as I said before, if the dude doesn't want you to be around and you should go along with what the dude wants, then get the fuck away from him because he doesn't want you around. So going along with what he wants is staying the hell away from him. Right? There's a very basic deduction, but she couldn't do that deduction in her head. It was too hard for her. Too hard. Right? And look, if you're this like obtuse, you're being this obtuse about things, then sorry, but I can't feel sorry for you, really. I can't feel sorry. You did this to yourself. Okay? You did this to yourself. It is what it is. Okay. Maybe learn some basic logic. Maybe go into philosophy a little bit and sort out your mind. And then try to look at ideologies and the memes and all this stuff and parse it through and try to make something that is worthwhile to run your life on. Okay? Matey? And funny also, rigid precepts. It's supposed to be a way of thinking, a state of mind, not legalistic commandments on a tablet. Okay? Anyways, that's really all we have here. And hopefully, people, again, one of these days, we're going to have to start doing it, man. We're going to have to go and we're going to have to say, here is the course on basic thinking. Okay? Forget all this advanced stuff. Forget it. No, we're gonna do the very fundamentals, the very basics. Oh, another fundamental or basic. If the other person isn't holding the end of the bargain, like protecting you, then you shouldn't hold your end of the bargain. Very basic 101 thing. But apparently we have to instruct you in this. That is all, and see ya.